What's going on, everyone? I hope that you are having a savvy day. I'm Claudia and you're watching Be Kitchen Savvy. Today we are going to learn how to make or cook butternut squash in the oven. And it really is just a couple simple steps that consist of making sure that you have your oven on the right temperature. We're going to slice this butternut squash carefully down the middle, place it in the oven for the required cooking time, and then it will be ready to enjoy. Okay, so let's get started. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take our knife and we're going to actually hold the butternut squash sideways just for a moment so that we can grasp it a bit more taut with our hand. And we're going to take the knife upways and we're going to just kind of poke it in, and you want to make sure that your knife is really sharp so that way you can make sure you get a good hold in there, because you know this butternut squash is really thick and hard, so it can cause accidents to happen if you're not using a sharp enough knife. And you can't use one of those little knives. It has to be a thick knife. That way it's heavy enough to control this squash. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make sure carefully get that knife all the way down till you hear it touch the pan. So that is indicating that pop that we just heard is indicating that the knife has gone through all the way to the side. And then we're going to then just carefully drag it downwards, holding the squash very tight. And we're just going to rock it back and forth, and then we're going to turn it back towards us, push it up, and then hold the squash from the top and continue to rock our knife back and forth downwards. Then we are going to turn our knife after we have lifted up our squash, and then we are going to continue the same thing, and then we're just going to do it just like a 360. And you heard that pop again. We've got it back down in there, and then we're going to drag again. And be careful about your fingers, make sure that they stay pretty far back. And we're going to bring it back down, and we're going to continue that rocking motion until we have reached the end. Now with this stem here, let's make sure that we've cut everything. So I can see that I've cut this much here, and then on the sides I have got this much here. So I still need to go halfway down, which is why we're not fully opened yet. So we're going to insert our knife back in, should go very smoothly, and then we're going to just carefully cut our squash. Now all squashes have this same hard body, so it can be a bit intimidating to try to work with, but you can definitely do it. Now, do you see how I just opened that up just like that? We've made a completely nice cut, just square down the middle, just like we did. Show you guys again, just the same way we did it. We did it just like this. We started from the middle and we carried down. Once we got to the stem here, we stopped. We have to make sure that you get all the way down to the stem on both sides. That way, when you go to open it, it will just collapse like so. So the next thing that we're going to do, we're going to take a spoon, just like you see here, and we're going to at least try to clean up some of this middle. Clean up what we can, and we're just going to drop it out here in the pan. So after we're done cleaning this the best that we can, we're just going to clean up these seeds off of the tray, and we're going to just dump them in the trash. I'm not sure if you can cook the seeds and eat them. I'm sure you can, but you probably want to research it first and just make sure that they are edible. I know that many people do eat pumpkin seeds and they are edible. However, this is not a pumpkin, it's squash, and you should check on that first. As we can see, we have in here this very orange toned colored vegetable inside, and guys, it is so yummy. I cannot wait until it's finished so you all can taste the finished results. So the first thing that we're gonna want to do is make sure that our oven is to the desired temperature that we need it to be at. My oven is turned on high. This recipe, we are going to want to broil our butternut squash. We are not baking it. We are not doing anything else besides broiling it, okay? And on my oven, I only have the option for high or low. So in this case, I have it on high. That's what we're gonna wanna cook it on. So before we put our butternut squash in the oven to let it cook, we are going to need to turn the squash flat down on its inside, I'd say face. And this is how you're gonna place it into the oven, okay? And we're going to place our squash on the, I guess it'd be the first rack. Okay, so now we're ready to take our squash out of the oven and see the results. Okay guys, so we're here with the finished butternut squash, and as you can see, it is not the same butternut squash we started with. This squash has completely charred. Now I know you're thinking, oh my gosh, it's burned. No, it's not burned. We're gonna flip it over and we're gonna see the magic that happened on the inside. So if you can, you want to take a spatula like so, hold the pan. It shouldn't be hot now. You should probably wait about 5 minutes and let the pan cool, 5 to 10 minutes. And then try to carefully move the spatula underneath, and then just kind of flip it on the other side towards the next one for support. And then we're gonna flip our other one, and then we have it here. Now when you do, if you do hold, the paper will feel like it's just plastic, literally feeling like paper. It's been cooked through because the temperature was so high on broil, but you wouldn't have been able to eat this part of the skin anyways. We're only focusing on this part. Now we're going to add some cinnamon to this, which is going to actually accentuate the flavors. Butternut squash has more of a sweet potato taste. Here I'm just taking my spoon and I'm dumping some cinnamon onto the spoon just so I can measure it out for you guys, and I have the pan underneath that's catching this cinnamon. And then I'm just going to take the cinnamon and I'm going to sprinkle it onto my butternut squash. Now you don't need a lot, and then if you do sprinkle too much, you can just take a paper towel, fold it in a square like this, and you can just use it to brush the cinnamon out, smooth it in so that it covers everywhere. I probably want a little bit more, so I'm just gonna pick up some that I lost on the pan, and I'm gonna take it and spread it out on the other squash that didn't catch. And then I want a little bit more cinnamon, so I'm just gonna sprinkle it a little bit more. Now, adding the cinnamon, guys, is really your choice. Mind you, it's a vegetable, guys, so it's really good for you. They're really tasty and they have a little bit of sweetness to it. 45 minutes is best if you want it really, really soft. But that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. As always, guys, don't forget to like this video, share with your friends and family, and please subscribe to our channel so you never miss a new recipe. And make sure that you follow us on our Instagram at bekitchensavvy, #bekitchensavvy, and there you can see all our wonderful photos of our original dishes.